Hello? Can you hear me? All right, I think we're in business. Okay. Okay, stocks were trading comfortably higher for the largest part of the U.S. trading session until U.S. Secretary of State Kerry said the president will hold Syria accountable for the latest chemical weapons attack. You can see from that graph, we pretty much trended lower from our close at 5 o'clock, and then we were trading comfortably at 1666 when the news came out. The S&P dropped 10 points very quickly, down to around the 1656 level. And then after a brief bounce, we ended up close to the low of the day. Asian stocks are following U.S. markets low, with gold and oil prices extending gains and emerging market currencies trading lower. Not a massive sell-off out of Asia. Nikkei down 0.75%, Hang Seng down 0.5%, and Aussie pretty much flat. Not much corporate action out today. Nums Soshoka comments that prospects for gold strikes remain high, so pretty much the same old thing for the gold sector. And the key factors today: industrial profits out of China came in line. German IFO business climate at 10 o'clock. 11:30 we've got SA quarter 2 GDP annualized quarter on quarter expected at 3.3%. And then out of the US later at 3 o'clock we've got the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index. 4 o'clock Richmond Fed Manufacturing, and consumer confidence at 4. All right, let's have a look at some charts. Let's start with the S&P. Okay, so I'm going to go to one. Right, so after that, the recent sell-off from that head and shoulders pattern we saw, we've been forming a bit of a bear flag. There we can see that that red reversal candle from yesterday's trade action. If we go to a 30-minute chart here, we can see that that gap down that we had from that head and shoulders. So we've been tried to break through to fill that gap, but we failed there, and we've definitely reversed lower. So the levels we're going to be watching are 1668 to 1670 for a gap fill on the upside, and on the downside a close below the low at around 1640 to 1642 for it to make its next move to the downside, probably around 1600 we can look for. If we look at the Aussie is a different picture, especially with the rand weakening so much. Here we can see we consolidated and we've broken higher again. Trading, I think, about 100 points lower than where we closed yesterday. So not much damage on the Aussie. If we just go to a 1-year chart here, let's go to a 2-year. So there's probably a few ways you can draw the upper part of this trend line, but probably showing around 39,200, 39,300 around there for potential upside. If we zoom in here again, we can see that consolidation's broken higher, so there's no reason for us not to sort of get to those levels, especially with the rand continuing to weaken. All right, the next one, let's have a look at Exara. Okay, so Exara has formed this big double bottom sort of basing pattern. The line in the sand looks to be around 159, 160. You can see we've consolidated for the last few sessions and in that range. And then yesterday we sort of broke higher. If we take it down to a 30-minute, sort of draw that breakout. And it's obviously the right sector to be playing in at the moment. Commodities in general are going through the roof. So let's look for a target on Exaro. First target of around sort of $6 higher, I would say, around 170, 173, and then potential from this big double bottom to head it back up to the mid 180. So a good one to look at. Does look like it's on the front foot at the moment. Let's have a look at Standard Bank. Standard Bank's one of the guys on our desk trade a lot. You can see how whippy the trade action's been from the size of these candles. But same, also very similar chart to Xara actually. It's got this sort of double bottom basing pattern. It's been consolidating right on top of it. The guys tell me from the trade action that the big level to watch out for is 113, and you can kind of see that on the chart. There's quite a big inflection point. Yesterday traded very well, and it's broken out of this little flag consolidation from the original breakout, and it looks like I would say we could possibly draw a resistance line around here, which would be take it to 119. So I wouldn't look to fade this one until it tests that 119 level. All right, growth point. Growth point is one Joe showed recently. He showed it breaking down from this sort of 123.5 level, and we actually got a quick rand out of it, but it's reversed quickly, and it's now trading at about 123.75. If you did get short of that level, you might want to cover here. We've got results coming out on Thursday, so it's obviously always risky going into earnings. Otherwise, we can possibly look at see how it reacts off this downward trend line. And I was looking at it with a 20-day moving average. I'm not going to put it on now, but you could also look to play it off that average. If we have a look at the home builders and property stocks in the States, a lot of them are really struggling. So the sector in general is getting beaten down on rising interest rates. So it is probably one that, if we do get negative earnings or if you see a bit of a reversal off a major level, one to get short on. All right, let's have a look at Mediclinic. This one's formed a nice consolidation pattern. It broke up a little while ago, and it's actually come down to sort of test the level. Didn't get quite to the breakout level, but it's had a nice reversal day up yesterday. I like this pattern. I think there's potential upside as long as the market remains reasonably steady. If we look for the size of the breakout, you're looking at about a 10 rand range. So look for it to get to around $80. As I say, the market is choppy at the moment, so it may not be an easy ride, but this is probably one of the more solid ones to play. And then Vodacom, Joe showed this one yesterday. I just wanted to show it on a 30-minute. You can see that it's broken down from a bit of a head and shoulders here. The height of the head is 124 to the 118 level, so $6. So potential for this for as long as it stays below 118 is to get to 112 on the downside. You can see it's consolidating right underneath this resistance level. Look for it to break below 117. We might get a few bucks quickly on Vodacom, but I don't like to recommend shorts on Vodacom just purely because it's been such a strong stock recently, and it's a difficult short usually. But if you're long, you might want to be cautious of that one. And then the last one I'm going to show is Gold Corp out of the US. Gold Corp, you can see has formed an inverse head and shoulders. Now this might just set the mood for gold shares in general. The fact that they're bottoming and possibly could explode to the upside, given the chance. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck trading.